Morning.
Morning. I think.
Yes. Yes.
Working on. Cheers. Monday. Have a good weekend. Thanks. You.
30 seconds, gang.
Did you go to the concert last night, Ben?
No, what concert?
Big Head Todd and the Monsters?
No. Where is that at?
Fairly.
Oh, yeah.
5,000 people there. It was huge.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It was awesome. And it was free. It was free.
Fairly, that's sloppy. Is that like the
That's-
whole population of Fairly?
The Lake Moraine on the golf course. It was awesome.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Get you gang going. So we're gonna start ankles first. We do our ankle stuff first. All right, so ankle volume first. So find the wall. Lean against that wall. And then we're doing 25 hip raises. Hip raises, flip over. Do the calf raises.
Some things are floating on that. White.
Oh.
Last one. Neo toe. So 25 neo toes.
Yeah.
All right, gang, after those, be some hip ups. So we're gonna do. We're gonna do a 20 seconds single leg hip up each side. 20 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. So just doing our single leg hip up on our backs. Just driving up. We're going 20 seconds. All right, then switch sides. So other side. All right, guys, let me get you to stand up. We're gonna do our balance reaches next. So, for this phase, we're gonna do an 8-point balance reach. Last phase, we did a 4-point balance reach. So 8-point. So first of all, try and find a straight line that you can use as a reference. So I have a seam going down my floor. So that's what I'm using for a reference. So that seam just lets me know, okay, I need to make sure my foot is pointing straight with that seam. Imagine that you're standing in the middle of a compass. So we have north, south, east, west. Those are our 4 primary points that we did last time. This time we're going to put in our angles. Okay, so what that's going to look like is we're going to go north, northeast, east, southeast. Okay, you guys get the idea. So forward, backward, side, side, and then we're going to hit those angles. We're going to go 30 seconds around. Do 30 seconds on each side. 3, 2, 1, go. So just standing on that foot, and we got 8 points that we're going to go through now. Forward, backward, sideways, opposite side, and then our angles. You guys should be reaching, that foot should stay close to the ground. I want you to think about like you're trying to roll a marble across the floor. All right, gang, switch sides. 3, 2, 1, go. Other side. Remember, foot stays low to the floor. You should be moving your arms. You should be counterbalancing yourself. This is the challenge your balance. 10 seconds. All right, gang, rest. So while we're standing, we're going to hit our shoulders. So we're going to do our long shoulder lunge. So you're going to find a wall that you can lean against. Hands ideally would be a little bit lower than shoulder level. So ideally, hands are a little lower than shoulder level. You're going to lean in. So you're going to slide those feet away. And we're just going to drop the chest down as I take my hips back. And then back up. Okay, so taking, butt goes back. Chest goes down. 8. 8 of those, gang. All right, guys, after you get those done, what we're going to do is we're going to go back down the ground, belly down position, and we're going to do some ISO W's and T's. So belly down. We're going to go into I like to do these with my head tucked or around my chin tucked. If you want to do these with your head up, that's fine. So 2 positions. W is our first position. So elbows close to the torso, thumb pointing to the shoulder, palm down. And then we're going to go into a T. T is thumbs up, elbows locked. Okay, so we're going to hold W for 20 seconds. And then we're going to go into a T And we're gonna hold that for 20 seconds. All right, guys, 3, 2, 1, go. So 20-second W, elbows to torso, thumbs to shoulders, palms down. Really trying to squeeze your shoulder blades back together. Trying to drag the elbows to the hips. Thumbs to shoulders. All right, guys, give me a T. So T is gonna be arms out, thumbs are pointing up. Still trying to focus on holding shoulder blades back together. All right, guys. If you guys can stand up, please. And we're gonna do our lateral squats. For our lateral squats, let's see what we did the other day. So basically, we do lateral limbo squats. Okay, so we're just doing a lateral squat. We're kind of rocking from side to side, but as I rock, I try and get my hips a little bit lower each rock. Okay, we're gonna do 6 each side. Each time that you're sliding from right to left, I want you to try and get your hips a little lower. 6 each side. And we'll do some self-love, Kennedy. So after you guys get 6 each side, we see self-love. So that first motion is gonna be a toe touch. So pushing the hip back, then let the head and spine drop. We're looking for about 4 to 6 of these. The 4 to 6 are about 30 seconds. After your toe touches, we got our deep squats. Then we're getting most important thing I want, the deep squats. Head and chest are up. So as you go into that squat position, I want your head and chest up. If you can keep your heels on the floor, that's great. If you have knee pain with this movement, only go down as low as you feel comfortable with the knee pain. So you can hold it in the bottom position. What Amy's doing, just kind of holding the bottom position, just kind of like rocking side to side, kind of twisting the hips a little bit, that's totally fine. Go up and down, your choice. But 4 to 6, about 30 seconds. Then we're gonna do our arms overhead, so just on our backs. Bring the arms up over top of our head, biceps close to ears. Our arms overhead, got our quadriceps away. So on all fours. Pushing the hands in the ground, rounding to the other back. We're going to arching through the other side. 4. They tuck the chin, tuck the nose. And hope you guys get 4 of those. Got a wrist love. So wrist love, palm down, fingertips away. Eight. We go palms up, fingertips towards us. Then we're gonna go palm down. Fingertips towards us. So we're gonna do our we're gonna do our crawls first. And then we'll get into our first conditioning circuit. So two different ways that you can do this. So we're gonna go into beast position. So quadrant position, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Beast position, I'm gonna slide my hands back or slide my knees forward so that my knees are in line with my belly button. Okay, versus knees being underneath the pelvis, knees are in line with pelvis. Now, the beast hold, and my toes are dug into the ground. We call that the foot. So the beast hold, you just lift the knees up off the floor. It's not enough to slide a piece of paper between the knees and the floor, and you keep it arch. Don't go into a round. Keep an arch. Okay. As it's written, that's your base movement. If that's easy, or if you want to try and make that a little bit harder for today, let's just work on lifting a leg up. Okay. So we go into our beast position. I have a little bit of arch my lower back. And I'm just going to think about lifting a foot up off the floor. Now picking my knees up, just trying to lift that foot up off the floor. Now, one thing I want you guys to focus on is when your hands are in contact with the ground, don't passively sit on your hands. Meaning your hands should be actively engaging with the ground. And if your hands actively engage with the ground, you're going to take a lot of pressure off your wrists. Right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do 30 seconds. So you're either going to hold that beast position for 30 seconds, or you can do alternating leg marches for the 30 seconds. Nice and slow if you're going to do those marches. All right, again, 3, 2, 1, go. You can definitely go on your fists. So if it just kind of bothers you to have that weight through your hands, you can be on your fists totally fine. You want to think knees as close to the floor without actually touching the floor with the knees. Five seconds, Ken. Rest. Rest your breaths, guys. Okay. We're together. So, first exercise going to be a single arm rack. So that means that we're going to hold the kettlebell in this position. Lateral lunge with an overhead press. All right, so what that looks like. So I'm going to hold, which side I want to do. I'm going to do my right side. So I'm going to hold the kettle or a dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever you want to hold. You're going to hold that in one side. The side that you're holding that on, you're going to step to the opposite side. So I'm going to take a step to my left. So I take a step out to my left. I drive back up and I press. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can press in the down position. Meaning you take a step out, and you press in that position, which is much harder than pressing in the up position. Okay? That's your first exercise. Second exercise, slam, walk out, slam. So medicine ball, pillow, rolled up sweatshirt, rock, something that doesn't bounce ideally. you're gonna slam it into the floor. You're gonna do a hand walkout. Hold it, slam it into the floor, hand walkout, back. Get the idea. You guys want to do a rainbow slam, so if you want to slam on each side, that's fine. Then you'll do a hand walkout. I do want you guys to slam this on the feet though. If you're slamming on the knees, so if for whatever reason you have to slam it on your knees, then what you'll do is you'll do all of your slams first. Then you'll stand up and you'll do all your hand walkouts. Third exercise, walking lunges. There are two different ways that you can do these walking lunges. The first way is big step. So I take a really big step forward. I'm trying to cover as much distance as possible, basically. Second way, opposite, really tiny step. I take a really short step. The determining factor between which one is, first of all, knee pain. Shorter step might make your knees feel a little bit better than a longer step, okay? The second thing would be shorter step, a little more quads, longer step, still quads, but more butt as well. Your choice. So basically, knee pain is really going to be the indicator. Last exercise, oh shit. Dislocations. So with the band, or not dislocations, pull aparts. So pull aparts. Remember, make sure you're pulling your shoulder blades back together. Do this, not just focus on pulling the bands apart. Okay. And dislocations. Our favorite series to put together for the shoulders. We just did a finisher of that last yesterday. So today is day 3. It's the first day of day 3, week 1. I don't need you guys going that hard for today. What we're going to do is we're going to go 12 minutes. We're going to do as many rounds as we can in 12 minutes. First exercise is going to be your single arm rack lateral lunge with overhead press. 3, 2, 1, go. You can hold that dumbbell. If you hold your left hand, you take a step with your right leg. And then you drive back up and press. And you're going to do 8 to 12. 8 to 12. If you feel any lower back pain with this lateral lunge, please let me know. So again, please let me know. Give me lower back pain with the lateral lunges. For your slams and walkouts, we're going to do 8 slams, 8 walkouts. That could be 8 slams and 8 walkouts, but ideally we want that as 1 slam, 1 walkout, 8 You want to make it a little bit harder? You could use a, you could do a push-up. What? Walking lines are up there.
Right behind you. Okay.
Again, for your walking lunges, if you notice that you're really having a hard time with your balance, chances are what you're doing is you're walking a tightrope and not train tracks. So what that means is this is walking a tightrope. My feet are in line with each other. Okay? Train tracks, you're gonna kind of have your feet this. Wider feet, gonna give you a little bit more stability. So if you're having a really hard time with those walking lunges, make sure that you're not walking feet in line with each other. Okay, this is not a sobriety test. You don't have to worry about staying in line. I want you maximum stability when you're doing the walking lunges, because maximum stability means that those muscles are gonna work a lot more. For the walking lunges, you are doing 10 to 20 on each side. If 20 on each side is easy, sorry. I would probably add weight and I would do 10 on each side, because 20 on each side is a lot. So me personally, I would do less reps, get some heavier weight. We want you guys to try and touch your knee for each one of those walking lunges. After your walking lunges, we have our pull aparts. Then again, we're doing the pull aparts. We're doing the pull aparts. I want you to focus on shoulder blades moving, not just pulling your hands apart. The band should be hitting approximately nipple line or about the top third of your chest. And then for your dislocates, you're gonna do these real slow, real easy, because they're not called dislocations by accident. So real slow, real easy, you keep tension on the band throughout the entire time. Even when the band comes around and behind me, I still keep tension on the band the whole time. Very important that you do that. Don't lose tension on the band. Too slow. After you're done with those dislocations, we're going back to your lateral lunges with that single arm rack to overhead press. We are 6.5 minutes down. Job, gang. We're going 11 minutes. Great job, gang. Coming up on 9 minutes down. $90 ladies. One minute, gang. We got 1 minute. We're gonna take a little breather after that. Get your lunches, Amy. When you guys are doing your dislocations, you should feel a really good stretch across the front of your chest into your biceps. You should also feel your back muscles, your shoulders, your upper back working. We got 15 seconds. Five seconds, gang. Finish whatever it is that you are doing. Wrap it up. That is time. Resty. That's my favorite. Especially this great. All right, gang, about 2 minutes rest. Little breather. All right, guys, so. Next series. Remember, no finisher today. We do or do not? Don't do that. So, first exercise, Superman. Class. Your 7th grade gym teacher knew what they were doing. On your belly. Arms up. Lift everything up. Okay. When you lift everything up, you're going to focus on using your glutes to help lift everything up. So you should feel this in your lower back, but you should only feel this in your lower back. You do have muscles there. We do want to work those muscles, but we want to be careful not work those muscles too much because being sore in your lower back really sucks. So make sure you're using your butt to help lift your body up. And that way you should feel it in your lower back, but also in your glutes. Second exercise is gorilla rows. Okay, now, ideally, do this exercise with kettlebells. However, not all of you have kettlebells, so it's not a big deal. So. Looks like this. I'm basically gonna go into like a deadlift position and I'm gonna pull the kettlebell up. And I'm gonna pull the other one up. And gorilla row. Now, if you don't have kettlebells, the reason why we like kettlebells is you can rest the bells on the ground. If you don't have kettlebells, you're gonna use dumbbells. And you're basically gonna do the same thing, except you're not gonna rest the weight on the ground. So you're gonna hold the weight about mid-shin. It's gonna be a hell of a lot harder now that I'm in this position. So you hold the weight at mid-shin and you row and then row. Okay. A lot harder than the regular row. Then you're gonna do sumo deadlifts. Man. So we're gonna do sumo deadlift pulses. So remember, gangs, for our pulse, we can either pulse on the bottom, which is harder, or we pulse on the top, which is easier. So I do a bottom sumo pulse. Okay, or I stand all the way up and I do a top sumo pulse. Okay, so either bottom sumo or top sumo pulse. As far as the sumo, this is going to be a good circuit for lower body. As far as the sumo goes, we do this in day one. So sumo deadlift is just legs are wider than shoulder width apart. Toes are pointing straight, slightly out. Knees are going to track in between feet and hips. Okay, that determines how wide your legs go. Last exercise, half kneeling, single arm curl to overhead press. So we're in a half kneeling position. My back foot's engaged, not passive, active. And then basically curl, press. Ready, curl, press. You can rotate the hand any way in the press. You can also rotate the hand any way in the curl. Whatever feels comfortable. We are going to do 10 minutes. And then you guys are done. Three, 2, 1, go. Going 10 minutes, gang. You got it, Suzanne, just like that. Make sure you're using your glutes for that Superman position. When you get into that gorilla row, make sure that your hips are what's supporting your weight. Okay, not your lower back. So you shouldn't feel in your lower back. And honestly, I do think that doing the gorilla row after just doing that, doing the gorilla row with dumbbells, I think it's actually harder on the hips than with a kettlebell. After your gorilla row, you're going to go into sumo deadlift pulse. Remember, legs are going to go wide for this. Toes are pointing slightly out. Knees travel in between the feet and the hips. And then you're either going to pulse at the bottom, which is harder, or pulse at the top. If you pulse at the top, don't lock your knees out. You're just working through that top third motion. So when you start to do this, so you look good. See my back? Yep. Okay, when you start to do this, that means you're starting. There. Okay. You might not have felt it.
Yeah.
But eventually you would have felt it.
Okay.
There. So give me your sumo deadlift. Oh, next.
So heavy.
I would do 220 of that. That'll be. Yeah, let me give you this. Why feet? For the sumo, you should feel this more in your glutes. when you're doing the sumo deadlift. So I really want you to think about pushing the knees out. That should give you a lot more glutes. Yeah, no finisher. For your deadlifts, we got a half kneeling single arm overhead press with a curl. So we're gonna take a knee, make sure that back foot is dug into the floor. You're gonna have a little more stability through your pelvis. Any curl you want to do, you do hammer, you do supinated. For the most part, so first of all, you're gonna do 8 to 15. For the most part, you should be picking the weight for the curl off of your overhead press. Meaning, maybe 5 pounds for your overhead press is really hard. But 5 pounds for the curl is really easy. Go with 5 pounds. Because for a lot of you, once you're focusing a little more on the press for today than the curl. So once you make it the press hard. We are going 10 minutes. We are halfway done. Good, Caitlin. What's that? No, Jen. You got about 3 minutes.
It's going to go up and down, up and down, up and down, like that.
You can find it one. As it's written,
Yeah.
we have it as rex.
Okay.
So up and down. Gang, we are coming up on about 8 minutes down. This is actually. Really. 9 seconds, gang. When you're giving somebody the purple on your eyes. One minute. 1 minute, gang, you're done.
Yes.
Yeah. 30 seconds. 30 seconds, gang, you're done. No finisher. No finisher today. No finisher on zombie apocalypse days. 15 seconds. Finish whatever it is you are doing. Yeah. It's getting. Resting, rest.
So we,
Okay. Stop.
that, let's treat that in a row.
You guys are done.
Awesome. Thanks. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, you have a great weekend too. Suzanne, have a
Thanks.
good weekend.
I'll have a stupendous weekend.
Independence.
Yes, I hope.
I'm sure you will.
I'll make it happen. See ya.
Let's see it.